Good evening, welcome to Northeast Web Shots. You are watching Northeast Web Shots Evening Daily Bulletin. This is Anudeep Sharma. Here are the headlines of the day. Starting off with the national news. India on Friday administered a record number of over 2.26 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses, taking the cumulative figure to over 79 crore, giving a major push to the inoculation drive on the occasion of PM Modi's 71st birthday. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on 17th September, Friday, said reduced GST rates on COVID medicines have been extended till 31st of December from 30th September. Briefing media after the 45th meeting of the Goods and Services Tax (GST) Council in Lucknow. Finance Minister Sitharaman on Friday announced that the petrol and diesel will not be brought under the ambit of GST regime just yet. Major GST exemption to life-saving drugs like Zolong, Zelsma and Vitespo will be exempted from GST. These two are very important drugs which cost something like rupees 16 crores. So the council has decided to grant exemption from GST. Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar on 17th of September, that is Friday, stated that India will take leading position in production of millets. Mr. Tomar said that the government is taking necessary steps to achieve nutrition security along with the food security, inaugurating the two-day Nutri-Cereal Multi-Stakeholders Mega Convention 3.0 at Hyderabad. Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh also said that government is going to spend rupees 6,850 crore rupees to set up 10,000 new farmers producing organization FPOs, and as a result, lives of about 86% of farmers would be transformed. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched the Ujjwala 2.0 scheme today during his day-long visit to Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Shah also addressed the tribal community of the state. Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur emphasizes the need of formulating a visionary 50-year roadmap for Himachal Pradesh to make it a model state. The Ministry of Culture conducted an e-auction of the gifts received by the Prime Minister Modi. This is the third edition of this kind of e-auction which have started and will remain open till October 7th. Out of the 1300 mementos that are being listed for the auction, Olympic bronze medalist Lovina Borogai's pair of globes received a staggering rupees 1.92 crore bid. Right behind Lovina's globe was a historic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra's javelin that acquired 1.5 crore in the auction. Proceeds of this auction on the birthday of Prime Minister Modi will go to the Namami Gange mission aimed at conserving the Ganges. India's first solar mission Aditya L1, which was pushed from early 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic, is likely to be launched in the third quarter of 2022. It will provide more insights in the origin of the universe and many other unknowns. PAN Aadhaar linking date extended from September 30th to March 31, 2022. The due date for the completion of the penalty proceedings under the Income Tax Act has been also extended from September 30, 2021 to March 31, 2022, said the Government of India. Andhra Pradesh state government is also resolved to seek support from the Centre for Building Infrastructure Facilities in the tribal areas. Jammu and Kashmir terrorist shot dead special police officer identified as Bantu Sharma, who was attached with railway protection in Wanpoh area of Kulgam district. Security forces to nab the assailants. Details are awaited. Union Director of Jammu Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on 17th of September launched the Senior Citizens National Helpline Elder Line 14567 in Jammu Kashmir at Raj Bhavan, Jammu. Karnataka Bengaluru's metro lines will now operate longer hours beginning Saturday with more people returning to work, schools resuming regular lessons. Nama metro trains will run from 6 am to 10 pm beginning Saturday, according to the statement from Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation. Odisha's government is seeking to close watch on possibility of any flood in the major rivers in the state. According to official sources, there is no likelihood of any flood in the Mahanandi river system as the water inflow in the Hirakud Dam has been gradually decreasing. The state government has alerted the concerned district administration of the possibility of the flood water entering the certain low-lying areas adjoining the river. Punjab, in immediate political development related to the ongoing tussle in Punjab Congress, Party High Command has convened a meeting in the Congress Legislature Party CLP on Saturday. Sources say that apart from Harish Rawat, two observers from Delhi, Harish Chaudhary and Ajay Makeen, could attend the meeting. Rajasthan unlocked schools to reopen for classes 6 to 8 from September 20th. School activity for class 1 to 5 will resume from September 27th with 50% of capacity. Bollywood. In the Mumbai, police have booked Bollywood actor Sahil Khan and 4 others for allegedly instigating prominent physics builder and former Mr. India Manoj Patil to commit suicide. Patil, who survived the suicide attempt early on Thursday morning, is currently undergoing treatment at BMC Run R and Cooper Hospital. Now coming towards defense news, British firm Rolls-Royce has said that it is keen to work with India to co-develop and manufacture engines for country's 5th generation fighter aircraft program called AMCA Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. Lieutenant General Rajshri Ramasethu took over as a Director Commandant of the Armed Forces Medical College AFMC Pune on 16th of September, Thursday. Indo-Tibetan Border Police ITBP personnel won the first ever roller skating competition organized in Ladakh by Ladakh Roller Skate Association in collaboration with District Youth Office from Leh 11,500 feet to Khardungla 17,578 feet on 16th of September. BSF has resumed the public viewing of the Delhi flag lowering retreat ceremony along with the India-Pakistan border front in Punjab over a year and a half after it was suspended due to COVID-19 outbreak. Now coming towards the international news, SCO Summit 2021, the 21st meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Council of the Heads of the State held on September 17th, 2021 in Dushanbe, Kazakhstan in a hybrid format. The President of Kazakhstan, H.E. Emomali Rahmon, chairs the SCO summit. Prime Minister Modi led the Indian delegation and addressed the plenary session of the summit virtually. Prime Minister Modi addressed this plenary session of SCO meeting at Dushanbe, asked member states to fight against increasing radicalization. Prime Minister said SCO should work to develop strong network among the moderate, tolerant, inclusive institutions and traditions associated with Islam. He noted that historically the Central Asian region has been a bastion of moderate and progressive cultures and values. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit 2021 holds significance as the organization is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. The summit is also important as it is being held at the time of the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. The current 8 members of state of SCO are India, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Pakistan. The observer status has been given to the Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia. The dialogue between partner status has been given to Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Turkey. SCO Head of the Government Summit was hosted by India on the 30th of November 2020. It was the first time India hosted SCO Summit since it became a member of the group in 2017. Even after both India and China agreed to disengage from key areas in eastern Ladakh, the People's Liberation Army PLA continues to build up infrastructure along the line of actual control LAC. A new passenger terminal building inaugurated at Patapole between India and Bangladesh. The inauguration took place in the presence of High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, Bikram Doraiswamy. Now coming towards the world news, as USA gears up for the forthcoming Quad Summit with the physical presence of all 4 heads of the government meeting in Washington DC on 24th of September, the Chinese President Xi Jinping has fired the first shot across the boards by refusing meeting with President Biden. Ahead of the Quad Leaders Summit in Washington DC next week to counter China on Thursday, September 16, 2021, Australia, the UK and US, UK-US have announced a defense and security partnership. The G33 virtual informal ministerial meeting organized by Indonesia was held on 16 September to discuss agricultural priority issues of G33 and the way forward for the 12th ministerial conference scheduled to be held from 30th of November to 3rd December this year. The informal ministerial meeting was chaired by Indonesian Minister of Trade Muhammad Lutfi. In Afghanistan, several rockets fell in one of the districts of the capital Kabul. Local media reported. Reports say that the incident took place near power plant in Khair Khana, which is a residential suburb in northwest of Kabul. South Korea has successfully completed an underwater test launch of an indigenous submarine launched ballistic missile SLBM. Now coming towards the COVID-19 updates, National India reported 35,662 new coronavirus cases in last 24 hours, marginally higher than yesterday's 34,403 new cases. Besides, with the 281 new fatalities, the total death count has increased to 4,44,529, the Health Ministry stated. The active caseload stands at 3,40,639, which accounts for 1.02% of the total cases. With 33,798 recoveries in the last 24 hours, the total recovery increased to 3,26,32,222. The recovery rate is currently at 97.65%. Meanwhile, India administered its highest ever single-day vaccinations on Friday, with over 2.5 doses given in the last 24 hours, as government raced to deliver a record on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday. The centre had set out with target of 0.5 crore vaccinations and crossed the mark by 10,390. This much for today. For more updates, keep following Northeast Web Shots. We are available on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook as well, and YouTube. Keep following and stay updated. Stay safe. Good night. Thank you.